What's good, everybody? GetGudMillhouse. Man, I can't believe I'm actually making more videos again. I actually miss this. I miss this. I miss making videos for you guys. I actually miss making YouTube videos. Wow, I never thought I'll actually see the day to actually long to come back to making videos. But I've been seeing you guys. You guys been liking my videos and following and stuff like that. So you guys give me more fire to burn when it comes to making videos. And this video is going to be a review on the things that I normally buy. I mostly do book reviews because I think you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a college education where you could just find it in books, especially if you're tight on money and you don't think you can financially afford college. Books and online courses are the best way to go. And what I've been using now that I invested my money in was in a thing called Portrait Studio. It was made by It's a Break. She's a YouTuber that does art critiques and she teaches art with her own platform. She has a website for Portrait Studio. Portrait Studio is a 3D based app program. Like, I'm not good with 3D anything, but this program actually was very, very simple to use, very easy to use. You could use this to help with compositions or making illustrations or having an easier process or easier time getting the poses just right. I've been on PureRef, Google, and any other image-based website looking for images, poses that I can use to for my illustrations, my artwork, or just finding something to inspire me. And a lot of times when I just have that pose in my head, like, oh yeah, I want the character to look like this, but in this angle, it's damn near hard to find it. You can find something close to that sometimes, but you have to make those minor adjustments and goof up on anatomy and just pray to God that no one sees the goof up, or even on the lighting or whatever. You're just praying that no one catches the flaws in your illustrations. So with Portrait Studio, it's great because you have already pre-made models within the program, and then you have 3D models that you can actually pose around, male and female. And the best thing about it is that you can set up your lighting source, you can set up the color of your model. So let's say I was going for something dark. I would like to use a lot of purples, violets, even reds, blues, somewhere around those spectrums, right? For my illustrations. And for this one, I thought it would be cool if, I don't know why, I had just Magic the Gathering in my head. And I forgot what card it was too, but it was like Magic the Gathering in my head. If you guys know the card I'm talking about, leave a comment down below. And I was thinking about, Azula, there should be a Magic card based on Azula, for Fire Nation, using mountain is mostly all red and they use fire. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I had the pose in mind and I set up the lighting source. And the cool thing about using 3D programs like this is that before, if you're not using a 3D program to do the modeling or the basing of the posing, you will have to thumbnail it, right? And you will thumbnail it in different perspectives and different compositions or whatever. With this, you have it modeled one time in 3D and you can change the camera in any position you want. So if you want to do that fancy Dutch angle with your illustrations, you can just take a snapshot of it or a screen cap of whatever you got as your model or your base through that camera view. And you can keep on changing the camera views to try out different feels of your illustration before you start working on it. I know it comes to say that I don't know, I'm very torn because all these things I used to think that is cheating when it comes to art, or oh, I'm taking the easy way out of doing things. But a lot of the times, if you go on ArtStation, people are using 3D with 2D anyway. People are using Blender with Clip Studio Paint or Maya with or with Photoshop. It doesn't matter. People use 3D models to get the type of results they want. So a lot of the times when we look at background designs or illustrations and stuff like that, you're like, wow, that looks so three-dimensional, doesn't look flat or whatever. And I'm like, man, I need to understand perspective. Perspective is one thing that you need to know, right? But it's another thing on actually using perspective. And I see this as I am skipping all the steps of using all my brain power to come up with a composition of something, where using this 3D program didn't really take that much mental effort. And where the real mental effort comes in is when it comes to applying color. And if you're going to be illustrating or doing art in a specific purpose of practicing one thing, why not save yourself the energy and the brain power on just focusing on that one thing? So I gave in. I bought Portrait Studio for like $60. It's on sale now for $44.99. So I still think it's a really great investment. I use this all the time when it comes to either hard poses that I don't know what to do with, or especially with hands, like, you know, having them in a perspective or in a angle or whatever. Hands are hard to draw. I still struggle with hands for me. And if this is you, I think you should really pick up this program. It's better than like what I referenced before. There was a website on, I forgot what it was called, Postmaniacs or something like that. There was like some Chinese link that would send you to like the sketch side of Postmaniacs, where you have different model references of hands doing different poses. Well, at least with this, you can just pose it whenever you want. All right, right before we keep on going with this video, I just want to tell you guys that I have a Patreon page. If you guys ever want to support me, head down to my Patreon. The tiers are as low as $1 to $5 to $10 and so on, and they come in like multiple goodies. So yeah, like, I would appreciate you guys if you ever did want to support me in any type of way to help me make better content for this channel and everything else I do, because I am trying to make a indie fighting game. And I'm still trying to figure out how it's going to work legally and also financially. So this stuff will actually help with the added bonus of, like, you know, all the stuff that comes in with all my tiers. Now, with that being said, let's go back to the video. I had such a fun time working on this random piece of art. There was literally no purpose for this except for practicing colors and practicing viz dev stuff. I wanted to tell a story in some way. Let me know if you guys feel like there's a story behind this thing, because I had no story whatsoever. I was just like, I bought Portrait Studio, I'm gonna use it, and I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna do, and I just want to practice on certain things, so I just use it for that as a tool to like skip all the other steps so I can practice on my lighting, my color, and my viz dev stuff. Like, how can I make an illustration more interesting to look at? Not just, oh, that's a cool picture, you know. I just want someone to actually look at it and like, oh wow, that's really cool, you know. Like, as of I can see like a story unfolding from this, not just cool characters posing. So as I'm going through that entire process, this was a super relaxing time. Like, I normally stress out a lot during my illustrations. I would stress about like, oh my god, the pose, the drawing, the initial stages, this, I don't think it looks right. At least with Portrait Studio, it helped me just get to point A to point B, and I didn't have to worry that much about the fine details of how strong my sketch is. Like, I already have the pose down, I just need to like trace over it and start adding my own little flair to it, you know. I could either trace the hands exactly how it's presented, or I can draw the hands in a way that I like without it being too difficult. Because I think one of my biggest problems I ever had is when I start drawing hands for my characters, and I'm sure you can see it when if you go on my Instagram and you just check out the characters that I was drawing for the past like couple weeks. I have a hard time getting the sizing of the hands. They're either like too small or too big, or like way too cartoony big or something, you know. There's always something that's kind of off. And I don't mean it to be off, it's just that, you know, it is what it is. And you know, I rather do more complete work than not have anything completed in the first place. So I'm just wrapping it out. But my final thoughts on Portrait Studio is that it's an amazing tool. Like, you don't only have models in there, you have planes, you can put in trees, you can make an environment, you can add your characters with weapons and stuff like that. So I really suggest that you should probably give Portrait Studio a chance. You can go to It's a Break's YouTube channel, and she has a couple videos on the tutorials on how to use Portrait Studio and how she uses Portrait Studio. So I know she was working on this for a very long time, and I gotta admit that I am so happy that I invested my money into this, because I'm a full-time artist right now, and I'm not making a lot to where I can just buy anything and then like not regret the choices I've made. Every purchase I make towards art or anything that I need for work is like, I might not have to eat tomorrow, so I can fast. That's totally cool with me. But this has to be worth something. And this was definitely worth everything that I paid for at the time. And you can get it now for sale for, I think it's like 20 or 30% off. That is it for the video. I'd like to say thank you to all the 2 people that actually made it to the end of the video. If you guys liked the video, give it a like, subscribe, tell your friends that I'm making videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys later in the next video. You guys have a good one. And you guys are so much better than you were yesterday, because you're trying to do something today about it. So.